Good morning and welcome to day 11 of the 12 days of Christmas. I'm Pastor Scott coming to you from Ascension Lutheran Church in Citrus Heights. Our reading today on the 11th day comes from Micah chapter 5 verse 2. Again from our Come Emmanuel devotion that we've been using what will be 12 days. You, O Bethlehem of Ephrathah, who are one of the little clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to rule in Israel, whose origin is from of old, from ancient days. We're nearing the end of our 12 days, and many, if not most of us, have already put away our Christmas decorations, and those of us who are still working have returned to work. Those who are in school are probably back in class, and we've resumed our normal routine, our post-holiday get things back to normal routine. The days are getting longer every day, so the light is indeed overcoming the darkness, and Christmas 2023 is becoming just a memory. But how has it changed your life? Has the good news of Jesus' birth made a difference in your life in these past 10 days since Christmas? And in these first 4 days of the new year? Our devotion asks the question, what can I do? What can I do? It seems that the work of spreading God's love, the challenge of being a peacemaker, the responsibility of caring for our neighbors is overwhelming because there's so much need, so much pain, so much violence, so much stuff going on in the world around us. It's easy for us to become overwhelmed. And it's easy then for that to make us inactive, feeling like there's nothing we can do. But then I remember the seemingly insignificant birth of a baby boy into a community that was overrun with people because of a census being taken. And I think of how that one child grew to become a man that changed the world. I think of 12 disciples and a small group of people who followed him. And then I think about how they began a movement that has lasted for thousands of years. I think of how the church has grown and the knowledge of God's gracious love has increased, and I marvel at the impact that those few people had, and then I think about compound interest. In fact, if you've ever talked to any finance people, they will tell you the value of compound interest. That if you put a little bit of money away and it earns some interest, and then that's a little more money that earns some interest, and then you add that interest to it, and you add that interest to it, and you add that interest to it, the impact is exponential. Exponential, and the same is true of God's love. I think of it as a multi-tiered marketing program in the best way possible, of course. You know, that if one person tells two people, and they each tell two people, and they each tell two people, and they each tell two people. But even better, if one person loves two people, their neighbors, and those two people love two more people who are their neighbors. And those two people love two more people who are their neighbors. That love expands. And so it is with God's love. You and I were created in the image of God to be God's presence in the world, to share that love. And if we do that, to our neighbors, to those who are in our community, the impact can be exponential. But if we don't even begin, I think we'll continue to be overwhelmed by the enormity of the darkness in the world around us. For those who walk in the light of Christ's love, the darkness will not overcome. So we need to be bearers of that same light to those in our community, and then wait and see how that light shines, how God's love changes the world as it has since Christ's birth. Friends, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on the 12th day of Christmas. Take care.